same. This is the chassis that
These filament.
yeah, that's the same as RP8. The changes are to the platter, the sub-platter, how we control the motor. There is a completely different power supply here.
Even though it looks pretty much the same as it does on the RP8.
No, this is completely different.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's bigger,
the
it's a different
RP8
chassis
is much
as well.
smaller.
Yeah.
And this is the first software-driven power supply from Rega. So this is completely new technology. So we're creating the 50 Hz supply with software. Because we developed a strategy with controlling synchronous motors by taking the two sine waves that can work with in conjunction the two coils in the motor, and we anchor one at 0 degrees. The one at 90 degrees we can move it back or forwards a little, and this helps.
In the software?
Yes. And because we're doing it in software, we have more adjustment than we used to have in analog with, say, the old P9 power supply.
Yeah.
So we can remove even more vibration than we used to, almost completely zero, which is very important for sound quality. But also we can control the RPM much tighter, which again is very important.
So you're lowering the vibrations,
Yep.
and you're also controlling the speed
Yes.
with a tighter tolerance.
Yes.
If you compare that to the RP8, can you give us a figure?
Well, I could, but it might be meaningless for customers because we're talking in minutiae. They're very, very small amounts.
Yeah.
But the smallest movements on the vinyl are very, very small.
Yeah.
So they're easily lost. With this, the speed control on the back of this unit is through holes which are really meant for dealers or distributors, but there's a switch where you can activate the unit into a program mode, and there's a rotary encoder next to it, and you can adjust the speed of the turntable by 0.1% for each click.
There are click stops.
Yep.
So you know where you are.
You know, like
adjusting things.
you felt an encoder. You feel like this has a little click.
Yeah.
Exactly the same thing.
Exactly the same thing.
Yeah. So the speed of this turntable can be altered in the field. Yeah. But the important thing is it can be controlled very, very tightly. Then of course you have a ceramic platter. The reason for the ceramic is the hardness, yeah? And the hardness again gives you better speed stability because there is no minute time delay between the centre of the platter and the outside of the platter.
So this is a better solution than the two-platter solution that you use in the RP8?
Oh yes, yeah, it's because this material is much harder.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's the hardness, or is it the mass?
Hardness.
Hardness.
Yeah. Mass is important with a platter, but generally speaking, this unit is moulded their machine, this platter, and you put most of your mass to the outside edge to create flywheel effect. Flywheel effect, the inertial properties of flywheel effect will give you again, it will encourage the platter to sit at a steady speed and not to pulse. Then we have a higher performance tonal, a new tonal, RB2000.
Which is different from the RP1000, and that is
very different.
Very different.
Yeah.
It's a brand new design.
Yes, first and foremost you have the brand new die casting. We have this arm tube which has been around for around 2 years now, but when I designed it we specifically made changes that would benefit higher performance turntables. So although you will see this basic raw casting on an RP3 even, the RP3 doesn't make the most of what this arm tube can do. How we changed it from the previous die cast tube was to increase the mass and the strength of the tone arm tube in the area of the bearings here, where mass is not a problem. The old tube used to have parts of its section were parallel. This is a constantly varying taper, right from here and right to the head shell.
Oh, to the head shell.
Alters every single step, both inside and outside. and we also improved the rigidity of this area here. So a problem you had with the head shell microscopically is doing this.